Hey everybody, Sendrith here again, and I've found another camp that's viable for clerics to solo at, and the important thing about this one is that it is near Karnor's castle. The thing with the Lower Guk camp is that you're basically just soloing, but Lord knows clerics love to group, that's what they're really built for, if we're honest. And also, this Thanksgiving weekend I wanted to get some groups to grind out some of that XP on the XP bonus. And Karnor's is the place where that's happening all the time on P99 Blue. And I assume it's probably the same on P99 Green. So if you're like me, maybe you want to group sometimes, maybe you want or have to solo sometimes because you can't devote your full attention to the game for that solid chunk of time that a group requires. So I wanted to show you another option that I explored. I had a fun time actually going on a little expedition, and I recorded a video. And I loved it. I thought it was a great video, but when I looked at it, the quality was horrible. So I just spent some time looking up on YouTube how to fix my video quality. And at first I thought I was uploading to YouTube was reducing the quality, but it turns out my recording with OBS was not of high quality. So, YouTube University made me a technician in about 5 minutes, and I did a bunch of advanced settings and shakalaka. And so my videos from now on should be looking a bit better. It was so bad you could barely make out what mobs I was looking at in the distance there. Now we got a nice beautiful sky. So I'm leaving Karnor's and I'm going behind it. And where I'm heading towards are some ruins, which I'm going to show you right now over here in the northeast corner of the map. Here, this 4 is the Arachnid's little web home. And number 5 is some haunted ruins. Now, this is not as good as Lower Guk for us, XP-wise, because we're going to have blues, but we're also going to have greens, and we're also going to have some blues that are a little bit out of our range, and any of them could spawn at each of these spawn points. But it's doable. You can grind out some experience when you're not getting a group or you don't have the ability to commit to a group at that time. And so the problem with it is, though, aside from the fact that they're not all nice blue mobs like at the Sentinel camp that I'm already starting to miss in Lower Guk, is that it's dangerous to get there a little bit. As you know, Dreadlands is dangerous, but there is a safe place to sit. When I first came out here, I was thinking I'm not going to find a place to sit safely and go AFK. And that's important for me because, the majority of my time when I'm soloing is spent sitting AFK. Let's be honest. I don't want to sit there and have to watch out for mobs and dodge around. So I figured out a little niche. And if you're a cleric and you like to solo out in the open, or if you want to be near Karnor so you can get some groups, but then at other times of the day when you just want to kill a couple mobs and work on something else, this is a spot you can do that at without having to go too far from Karnor's. Now, we're heading back here. See those webs in the trees up there? That's the little Spidey home. When I first played EverQuest back in the day, there's only a few zones that really stuck in my memory. Like, they made an impression on me of some sort, right? This was one of them, and I didn't even spend much time here. I was only here for a brief stint, probably like 20% of XP of a level, but these spiders, man, they creeped me out. So here's a little bit of nostalgia for me. These huge spiders with their webs that they don't use because, you have to imagine that part. About half of the graphics in EverQuest is in your imagination. But I think they did a good job on the spiders. Now, before I head to the ruins, I wanted to show you another spot that's viable. Up here, there's 3 spawns. They respawn pretty quick. Unlike the ruins we're going to, there are no wraith bones, which are a little out of our league. The wraith bones have about 6k HP, right? And let me show you what that means to us. As you can see here, Sendrith's got 2264 mana at the moment. His max is at 2319 mana, right? Let me pull up my browser. It's pretty safe to sit here, surprisingly. So here's a Greater Plaguebone. They've got less than 4k. This is our ideal kill right here. Low enough HP to make it not too dangerous or take too much mana, but still high enough level to be nice and blue. The Plaguebones that we might be dealing with, it's not quite the same deal. Oh, let me make this bigger. I don't know why it's smaller. There we go. The Plaguebones, just the normal Plaguebones, they're more like the same level and same HP as the Spectres that you would find in Firat or Oasis. So they're not great, but I do believe they still give some XP. We want these Plaguebones. The problem is the Wraithbones. Let me pull up a Wraithbone real quick. I use caps to lock in my running, so every other time I go to type something, it's all in caps lock. Wraithbone champions. They're a little higher, and the HP just makes them nearly untenable. Because if you see, it's about 6.25k. My nuke is doing, it costs 225 mana, and it's doing 585. So let's just times that by 10. To do 5,850 damage, I need to spend 2,250 mana, and that's pretty much all my mana. And that's still not even all of a Wraithbone's HP. Now that doesn't mean they're impossible for me to kill. You're regenerating some mana as you fight, and I have Turning of the Unnatural. So I was thinking 10 nukes plus a single Turning of the Unnatural, which does 400, should about cover a Wraithbone. And while in somewhere in there, I can do a little root medding to make up for whatever extra mana I need. So they're doable, but I would rather not have to put up with them. I would rather just crank out those Greater Plaguebones. So that's kind of what we're looking at. That's where it comes down to clerics. We got root and nuke, so it's basically a mana thing. Oh yes, I forgot about this guy. He is the only patrol who comes up here, and he comes relatively close. But if you're sitting amongst those skeletons, nothing else will come in your area. And after you kill him, you can sit pretty close to him. And I like it because, oh, I forgot to give myself a magic resist. If I had a magic resist up, I would not have grasping roots on me right now. At least I'm away from him, so I'm out of melee range. Now let's take care of this guy. You want to try to blast me, huh? Well, I got a stun for that, my friend. I got a stun for that. And that's why you should always keep up your resist buff, because why not? There we go. Oh, that's only half your HP. Well, you are something for a green mob, man. Alright. And this is what we want to avoid. We want to avoid mobs that are conning green to us, but still are taking, significant effort to finish off. And that's one of the problems I have with the camp that we're going to. There's these Greater Spurbones that unfortunately take about as much mana to kill as the Greater Plaguebone. They have the same HP. Like, I think exactly the same HP. So the same amount of nukes and everything. But they do not con blue, they con green. Wow, look at my random number generator really spoiling me here. 611. Is this something he did to me to make me not do any damage at all? This is ridiculous. I feel like I'm bugged out right now. There we go. Finally landed a 25 hit. That was crazy against a green mob. That's unheard of. It's unheard of. All right, so to avoid that, let's buff up a little bit. I'm going to buff up, and then I'm going to take you to the ruins. Let me pause our recording. Alright guys, we're back in Karnor. I got jumped by another spider, and it was green. I hit it with a nuke, and its HP only went down to 80%. So that means I was going to have to nuke it 5 times, and it's only green. It's ridiculous. First time I went there, I was sitting there for 20 minutes, and nothing happened. And this time, it jumped and jumped. So I think the spiders, they heard me talking about them. They smelled my fear, and they came to feed on it. Anyway, this time, I'm going to have my resist magic. This time, I'm going to pop a sow pot. and I'm going to take you straight to the probably what would really be the camp. Of course, you know, if you're here at Karnor's, you could just kill the Drollvargs right at the entrance. I think a couple of them are a little bit too strong for us, but most of them are conning blue, and they actually don't have all that much HP. They're totally nukeable. Don't listen to everybody who says clerics can only kill undead. It's not true. Our Retribution nuke is almost as good as our best undead nuke right now. It just has a little bit of cooldown. It costs a little bit extra mana, but you know, in the end it washes out if you have enough mana to pull off the kill. Oh good, someone's already clearing it out for us. Alright, so let's get to work here. See, I could kill that Drollvard Rager, I think. I'd have to look up which ones are how strong and have how much HP. It's what it all comes down to for the cleric. How much HP you got? Is it feasible? Are you economically viable? First, is it feasible? Second, is it economically viable? Oh, wonderful. Alright, let's get out of here before he's on to us. What is going on around here, man? We might already have aggro, but I'm going to be lazy and not careful. I'll pop this sow. If he's coming, he's coming. Nope, okay. That was weird. Alright, now I'm going to show you where the haunted ruins are. This is where we're going to go kick some butt. Not really, though. I think I'm going to sit there and grind it out a little bit. I'm tired of grouping. I got to level 53 in Karnor's. I was at 52% and got all the way to the ding, but it took like, what was it, 3-4 hours of gameplay? It's ridiculous, man. These hell levels. So here we are in the back of the castle. Gonna head back up into these mountains. I'm really bummed that my earlier recording wasn't a good quality. I think I had more fun with it. You know, the first time around is always better. Feels like the first time. Feels like the very first time. Actually, it doesn't. Alright, hey guys, sorry. I was just running from over there. The wife came in, started yipping yapping, and didn't know I was recording a video, so I'm just going to edit that part out. And then I got aggroed while we were having our little sitcom moment. I love it though. You know, people are always worried about problems and things that get in your way and stuff, but that's really the juice of life, man. It's the drama of the life. It's just like how meeting somebody is so special. Like if you miss somebody for a long time, meeting them is like so wonderful, but it's only because you weren't together for so long. So I think people underestimate. Oh no, I've come into the spider's trap. I gotta get out of here. Alright, so if you're trying to find the camp I'm talking about, there's the spiders with the webs that they don't use because they can't, but you can use them in your imagination. Just like most of the things that happen in EverQuest. And here's the camp where the skeletons are after are. Let's get a nice shot. Hopefully we don't aggro anything on this freaking highway of roamers. There it is. That's what it looks like right next to those webs. And believe it or not, it has a little safe room. Probably on purpose, right? So I was here for a while, grinding it out, and I think if you just hug these corners, you don't aggro anything. I do believe a petrified, there he is, right there. A little chicken, crazy chicken, stone gazer cockatrice, walks kind of over here. He'll get closer. But if you're against the wall, I was here for 20 minutes when I tried to record the video the first time, and the quality was so bad I threw it out. No problemo. So here's a little solo spot for us. Now here's the Greater Plaguebone skeletons. Let's take a quick look. It's all about math. How much mana, how much HP for us. They've got less than 4k HP, and they're level 39 to 43. Perfect. Now the problem is their friends. Oh, it looks like we got normal Plaguebones, which con green. And you're also going to find some spur bones and these wraith bones as well. Has somebody been here? Because that wasn't a wraith bone last time I was here. So let's take a look at some of these other mobs. Oh, sorry, I didn't show you. I was just looking around the camp here. Let me do it again real quick. This video is a mess, but I'm pushing through it. I don't care. This is already the second try, and I'm not doing it again, man. Oh. And I am going to finish. There's a wraith bone. Luckily, right now, I'm seeing 2 Greater Plaguebones, which are our favorite, and a couple of Plague Bones. So let's take a look at Plague Bones and Wraith Bones, and let's see what we're dealing with here. Okay, here's the Greater Plaguebone. This is the first camp I showed you, Rotting Skeleton. And there's also Plague Bones that spawn there, which is why I went there to get that link. 3 nukes or so will take them down. Not much XP there, but at least they don't take much. The real problem is these Wraith Bones, 6,000. So it's not as steady and nice of a camp as, say, what I was doing in Lower Guk at the Sentinel. You got some stuff that's a little too hard. You got some stuff that's a little too easy. There's going to be some Spur Bones and Greater Spur Bones. The Greater Spur Bones have the same HP as the Greater Plague Bones, and they con green. They must be just like a level lower or something like that, and that's annoying. But you can grind out some XP here while you're waiting for a group. You could throw your LFG up and hang out here. Let's take one out. They are close enough to social aggro a little bit, which is the problem. A problem, but it's not a big problem because we've got good charisma. We're at 139 charisma, and last time I did this video I was 52. Here we are at level 53, so that's even more important than the charisma, really, right? Is the level advantage. Let's get our undead stuff ready to go. Do I still want Sound of Force? I don't think I need to stun warriors. I'm going to dump Sound of Force. They're not going to live long enough for Turning of the Unnatural to be of any use. So I'm just going to equip a Dismiss Undead in case they're low enough to save some extra mana. Use an even smaller nuke than Expel Undead, which is smaller than Banish Undead. Now to pull this one on the left, I'm pretty sure you only need to calm this guy here, and then this guy right around the corner. Of course, this guy's a little scary. He's the higher level, so let's see if we get a resist or not. No, we did not. Okay. Now, do I want to do my common nuke, or do I just want to pull him? I'm going to do my common nuke. It's my thing. It might not actually be that mana efficient. Maybe I should just pull him and root him and then start nuking him. I'm going to take a second look at how much mana calm costs, because I'm throwing that calm away. So you see, a Banish Undead gets these guys down to 84% HP. Wow, he's really interrupting me. This guy's beating me up, man. Now that's interesting. You know, that might make it worth using Turning of the Unnatural. It's a 1.5 undead dot. How much time do you think we're using casting this 5-6 times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like a 7 or 8 second cast. 7 times 5 is 35, plus there's a couple seconds of downtime in there. We're probably getting at least 2/3, if not the entire value of a Turning of the Unnatural. So in that case, I say use it. Mana efficiency, it doesn't break root, and it's unresistible. So were I to do this again, I would nuke pull him. I'm going to finish him off with an Expel Undead. I would nuke pull him, root him, and then throw on Turning of the Unnatural, and then begin the chain nukes. If I had thrown in Turning of the Unnatural on, I wouldn't have needed that last Expel Undead. Or perhaps even I could have cut out one of my large Banish Undeads and just used the Expel Undead at the end. Probably not, though. So that's a kill right there. I think I got a percent. Was I at 2 or 3%? I'll have to look on the video again. I've got 22% mana. I don't think I was even at full when I began. So there you have it. This is another possible cleric solo spot. And it's near Karnor's, and that's really the best part about it. So you can choose if you want a group or you just want a solo. You got options. Got spawns all over the place. You're gonna have to kill some greens, and you might have some blues that are a little out of your range, but you saw he didn't risk my calm. He didn't resist my calm. So here's the Dreadlands options for any clerics that want a solo. And I'm gonna start a series where I explore zones I've never been, finding living and dead mob camps that are fun and good enough XP for a cleric soloing to have some fun as they grind their way up over the course of a few years to level 60. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it looks better than the other ones, and the rest of them will look at least this good from now on. I'll see you next time. Hey guys, to add a little spice, I decided that I'm going to actually give a Wraithbone a shot. They got that over 6k HP. It's not going to be easy. It's definitely going to be a challenge for us. We're going to get beat on, and I'm not even going to throw on any extra AC buffs or anything. I'm feeling risque today, but luckily, as you see, I got line of sight, so I get a nuke before the fight even starts. I didn't even have to use a comm. Let's see if this guy is doable. So one nuke takes 10%. Now that's not much. Now here's the turning of the unnatural. A free hit. There we go. Now I'm tempted to med up a little bit, and well, I don't want to go outside, but I would like to get a little range. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. Oh. Well, let's zoom out a little bit so we get a better line of sight. And let's lay into him. Let's just... The longer we take, the riskier it is. And yeah, it broke root right away. And I'm using Immobilize, which is a heavier root. Means higher mana cost. This is going to be tricky. Look at that. His HP is outrunning my mana. He's at 69, I'm at 58. So we're going to have to do a little root rot medding to pull this off. So this is the real high-end risque cleric soloing that we're doing right here. Oh gosh, I really hope I don't use so much mana I can't even gate out. But luckily, look at that root holding so nicely. Let's hit him again. Alright, he's still rooted. And I'm going to take advantage of this moment here to med up. Now, my mana should be going up. His HP should still be going down from the turning of the unnatural. And what I plan to do is, I want to see that turning of the unnatural finish. I usually get a message, but I think those messages are broken right now. So I'm not going to get that message. So I've just got to watch and get a sense of when turning of the unnatural falls off of him. %. It's not going down, but he's got more HP. It probably takes 2 ticks to go down a percent. Yeah, he's going back up. So turning of the unnatural is done. We got to hit him with another one. And we're going to continue to med and let him rot. We need to overcome him. So this is why these Wraithbones, they are not really viable. This is also why I never even tried to take out the Bloodthirsty Ghoul in Frenzy, like I said I would in one of my videos, because I knew I didn't want to try this with the Bloodthirsty Ghoul. Oh man, if root breaks like that fast, we're not going to get enough mana back to finish this fight. So I'm probably going to chop out this portion so you don't have to wait with me for these numbers to move. And I'll show you the end of this fight. Alright guys, I think we've got it. I think we've got the mana to cast another Turning of the Unnatural. And that's going to finish him off. And I've got Sao, so his roots, I mean, even if root breaks, I can get away. But look at that. I've got 53 HP, 3% mana. And I've got to kite around. It's not good. I wonder if these guys, yeah, they probably socially aggro. If they didn't, I could fear kite them like I used to do with the specs and the free rot. Let's root them one more time. That should finish it off. Let's stay inside. I don't want to get aggro on anything else. So that's why these are not really tenable. But I did it. I did it. I just want to finish them off now. And I got a % off of that one. Alright, you guys. This is another camp, and you got to see some hardcore clericing action at the end. I'm going to med up. See you later.